What did Robert De Niro say about Donald Trump Oscar winner trends after blasting former U.S. president? Two-time Oscar-winning actor Robert De Niro was scheduled to speak at the Stop Trump Summit organized by the media outlet The New Republic on Wednesday, October 11. Unfortunately, he could not attend the meeting in person as he was brought down by a last-minute bout of COVID-19, as stated by the news outlet. However, the Raging Bull actor, who's a longtime and vocal Donald Trump critic, sent a long, written statement. It was read out by former Trump administration official Miles Taylor. As per Robert De Niro's statement, Trump is not a bad guy but rather someone evil. I've spent a lot of time studying bad men. I've examined their characteristics, their mannerisms, and the utter banality of their cruelty. Yet there's something different about Donald Trump. When I look at him, I don't see a bad man, truly. I see an evil one, he stated. De Niro's statement went on to warn about the serious threat of Donald Trump and what awaits if he wins the 2024 presidential election, in which he is the leading Republican candidate. Robert De Niro's statement against the former president has gained enough traction on the internet. Robert De Niro said that Donald Trump has no morals or ethics. Despite being unable to be there in person, Robert De Niro blasted Donald Trump via a statement he sent ahead of Wednesday's Stop Trump Summit conducted by the New Republic. Not only did he brand the ex-president as evil, but he also said that Trump lacked the basic moral code. He's a wannabe tough guy with no morals or ethics. No sense of right or wrong. No regard for anyone but himself, not the people he was supposed to lead and protect, not the people he does business with, not the people who follow him, blindly and loyally, not even the people who consider themselves his friends. He has contempt for all. The outspoken Robert De Niro further criticized Trump by saying that New Yorkers like himself knew how the former president poisoned the atmosphere and littered our city with his ego, and even tried to warn the world in 2016 that he was unsuitable for leadership. He carried on in his statement, the man who was supposed to protect this country, put it in peril, because of his recklessness and impulsiveness. It was like an abusive father ruling the family by fear and violent behavior. The Taxi Driver star further mentioned how Donald Trump's negligence during the 2020 global COVID-19 pandemic left the USA divided and in a crisis mode. Robert De Niro also reminded that the former president was twice impeached and 4 times indicted, and is not meant to be dismissed. In fact, he insisted. De Niro noted how there is a thing called honor among thieves, that is, even criminals have a moral code, but in his opinion, Trump has none. He then went on to issue a warning that this was the country's last chance and that democracy would not survive the return of a wannabe dictator, nor would it overcome evil if people remained divided. According to De Niro, the only way to beat Trump is to reach out to half of the nation that had so long ignored the hazards of the former president, and convince them to make the right choice and make them realize that the future depended on them. Let's reach out to Trump's followers with respect. Let's not talk about democracy. It may be our holy grail, but to others, it is just a word, a concept, and in their embrace of Trump, they've already turned their backs on it. Robert De Niro wrapped up by saying that the only way to sway Trump supporters is by talking about right and wrong, humanity, kindness, the security of the world, the safety of our families, decency, and more. The Academy Award winner also noted how it won't be possible to convince everybody, but the goal is to try and get enough people in order to end the nightmare of Trump. It is important to note that Robert De Niro has never minced his words or shied away from openly slamming Trump. In fact, over the years, he has called the ex-president totally nuts, blatantly stupid, and a real racist, among other remarks. Please subscribe, like and hit the notification button for more videos.